करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्म विस्वरम्।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्ततामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोक्ता गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ताः दुक्तं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तककेशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम् गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेशरम् हरिकथा सम्बोधना बोधितम्। लोके सज्जन षट्पदैर्रहरहः पेपीयमानम् मुदा भूयात् भारत पङ्कजम् कलिमल प्रध्वंसिन श्रेयसे। मूकम् करोति वाचालम् पङ्गुम् लङ्घयते गिरिम् यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। यम् ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यम् सामगा। ध्यानावस्थित तद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यम् योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः। हरि ओम मम।
Thank you. I will read Sloka number 7. That is the topic for today. In some books it will be Sloka number 8. Amanitvam adambitvam ahimsa shantirarjavam acharyopasanam shaucham stairyamaatma vinigraha. There are 7 virtues described in this sloka. 9 virtues. Amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa, shantihi, Arjavam. 5. Acharyopasanam, Shaucham, Stairyam, Atma Vinigraha. We have seen the description of Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Our ultimate aim is to get Atmajnanam. Why he is enumerating these virtues? Because these virtues are qualities that are to be developed, which will gradually purify us and make us eligible to be free of the grip of the Kshetra. We have been talking about Kshetra, Kshetrajna. And to know the Kshetrajna, I mean, we should get rid of Kshetra and understand what is Kshetrajna. Kshetrajna is Atmajnanam. These are the values great values for a sadhaka. In the 12th chapter, the last 7 slokas have given the virtues of a jnani, one who has already reached jnanam, realized atmajnanam. Advaita sarvabhutanam maitra karuna evacha. That means he is without any hatred, without any dvesha. Sarvabhutanam, on all living beings. He also develops compassion, karuna. See, we are all made up of panchabhutas, 5 bhutas. The Brahman or the Atma, that is called abhautikam. Abhautikam means it is not made up of these bhutas, these 5 elements. So whatever is away from the 5 elements, that is Brahmajnanam, Atmajnanam. But these two are totally mixed each other and very difficult to separate. So as I told you, Ishvara is nothing but Brahma plus Maya. Maya is closely attached to Brahma. But Maya does not do anything with Brahman. Whereas in the case of Ishvara, Ishvara gives, he has got 2 parts. One is Brahma, the other is Maya. And Maya is the cause for the Jagat, total world. Jagat Karanam, Ishvara. So to reach the Brahman or to attain Atmajnanam, we have to do a lot of preparation. We have seen Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga, because these two makes us eligible to understand Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga is nothing but there's no action involved in the case of Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga means Sravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. So if I have to be eligible to understand Jnana Yoga, I should have the preparation of these Karma Yoga and Upasana Yoga. And there the qualities are required, various qualities. See, for example, if I have to sow the seed in a field, the field has to be prepared. Sand has to be loosened, soil has to be loosened. good quality fertilizer as seeds have to be put. So you can see so many things involved in the preparation of the land before we sow the seed. So similarly here, we need certain virtues, certain qualities like amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa. Ahimsa is one of the biggest value. Then there are further 20 qualities have been elaborated by Krishna in the next 5 shlokas, 7 to 12 or 8 to 13. So here we are taking only the first three qualities, amanitvam, adambitvam, and ahimsa. These qualities will make us eligible to understand Jnana Yoga. I mean, my mind is purified. So my mind is receptive to listen to the Jnanam, Atma Jnanam. Now we go one by one. So I will be taking 3 virtues or qualities or sadgunas for us to understand and how to achieve this. That's also very important, because mere learning is not enough. That we have to put it into practice. It should be within us. Yes, I have listened to amanitvam, adambitvam, shaucham, all that. But that is one side. But have you put it in practice, those values? That is the problem. To eat food is very easy because everything is prepared, brought to the lunch table, and within 10 minutes we finish off the lunch. But the preparation of that lunch takes more than 2-3 hours. Similarly, in the case of a medicine, you go to a doctor. Doctor says, I prescribe some medicines which you have to regularly take and follow. But along with that, he will also give certain do's and don'ts that we call as patyam. You cannot take fried stuff, you cannot take sugar, you cannot take too much of salt. Unless and until you follow the patyam, the medicine will not have work. There is no work on the medicine. Taking medicine is easy because now there are certain bitter medicines which sugar coated, so which we can easily take inside. But to observe the patyam, it takes hell of a lot of time. Difficult also. So these virtues are similar to patyam. Somehow or other, we have to adopt these values for us to have a better life. That is the idea of these virtues. And these virtues they call it as jnana sadhanam. Jnana sadhanam means Arjuna has asked Krishna what is jnanam and what is jnayam. So here talking about jnanam, we are not talking directly about knowledge, but we are indirectly giving the jnana sadhanam. So if you cultivate these habits, good values, and it becomes yours. Atma mayam, they call it. If it belongs to you and you put it in practice, and that will give you the effect. So for that, these values have been given. Now we go in the case of amanitva. What is amanitva? Manitvam is self-glory. I may have certain qualities, I may not have some qualities, but I pretend to be an expert on that. That is called manitvam, pride, you can call it. The pride can come because of if I'm a highly educated person, I get a pride. Oh, I am very educated, highly educated. So when you compare with others, you get that superiority complex. That is called manitvam. Amanitvam is not having that pride. Manitvam is nothing but self-conceit, self-glorification, self-admiration. I admire myself. Humility is not there. The opposite of manitvam is humility. Be humble. So if you are a humble person, jnanam will come to you. But if you are a manitva person, self-admiring person, because you are all the time, you won't get attention from others that I am somebody. Either he may have qualification or he may not have qualification. And this admiration, self-admiration becomes, over a period of time, it becomes an addiction. So once it becomes an addiction, it's like a liquor addiction or smoker addiction, you cannot live without that afterwards. So addiction gives you a slavery to that particular item. And I want to be the center of attraction. Wherever I go, that I should be honored. I should, if you go to a musical sabha or something, you want the front seat. Everybody should welcome you. The organizer should come and admire you, that you are somebody. So we go on expecting this type of admiration from others. That becomes an addiction. And if you don't get that admiration, then you get delusion. And once you become deluded, then your discriminative power is gone. You don't know what is right, what is wrong. You make all sorts of mistakes. How to avoid this self-glorification? There should be a way. After all, we know what harm this self-glorification or self-admiration can do to a person. But if you want to avoid this self-glorification, in the chapter number 10 of Bhagavad Gita, they have talked about Vibhuji Yoga. What is the Vibhuji Yoga? All the glory in a person or in somebody, that all belongs to me. That glory belongs to me. If you have this attitude, but today, I don't, because of my delusion, I forget this. I did it. I am great. I should be honored. I should be honored with, say, now the government also giving you Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan. So these are the awards and the rewards. So you are in the limelight. So Adambitvam is humility. Cultivate that humility by resorting to all the glory belongs to Bhagavan. That's a one very particular sloka in the chapter 10. This is sloka number 41. Yadyat vibhujimat sattvam srimad urjitameva va tattat tevavagachatvam mama tejomsha sambhavam. The translation in English is, whatever being or thing in the world has power, glory, or energy. Whatever being or thing in the world has glory or energy, that is potential. Know each such being to be derived from a fragment of my lordly splendor. My lordly splendor. So now, nothing belongs to us. As long as you understand this particular value, then your life will be smooth. And the other important thing is, without humility, bhakti cannot come. So you need humility. So if you are a manitva person, proud person, self-admiring person, bhakti will not come to you. Because bhakti is diametrically opposite to this. And without bhakti, jnanam will not come. So you see the relationship. Without humility, bhakti cannot come, and without bhakti, jnanam cannot come. So all interrelated. That is the reason why he has picked up this value, amanitva. And so one prays, O Lord, give me amanitvam, humility. This was the prayer we should do to Bhagavan. We have lot of examples in the Puranas, also from our day-to-day life. Bhima was very proud of his strength. And Hanuman humbled his pride. Similarly, in the Kena Upanishad, Yakshak the Devas and Asuras, after their war is over, so the Devas were very proud of it, that we could, each one took credit. And Bhagavan appeared in the form of a Yaksha to taught them humility. They were humbled. These are stories in the Puranas. And the other important thing is garvam, pride, self-recognition comes. Now we have got politicians. Once you become a MLA or once you become a MP, once you become a minister, once you become a cabinet minister, and you all think that we are super duper and we can do anything and get away. But my main thing is, this glory is anityam. It is not going to last forever. Anityam. Because when you take the oath as a cabinet minister, the date of oath is there. And when the next election comes, this fellow will be removed. So all the politicians and all that, they should know that these are not permanent. So during the tendency of your period, at least do some good to people. So that was the blessing of this thing. We will lose our true respect. Suppose I have any respect with me, I will lose it because of my pride. And as I told you, amanitvam is an obstacle to jnanam. Now, what are the methods by which we can reduce the manitvam? If I do not have any glory with me, I am a amanitva because I have nothing to talk about. There is a principle. He has been well respected, honored. Admiration was thrust on him. He didn't seek for admiration. Even though he is a humble person, but his wife, among the community, his wife will have manitva. Oh, my husband is a professor or a principal of the college. See the indirect way of getting manitva. So we should understand that if I have to be respected by others, respectability is a value to be given by others to you, not you claim for it. Responsibility is a very important factor. We should not demand. This is a watchword for a seeker of truth, like truthfulness, loyalty, and integrity. And this is the most desired pursuit. So you can see the various aspects of defects as well as effects of amanitva. So this value has to be cultivated. That is why Krishna has taken this as the first value, amanitvam. Then comes adambitvam. Adambitvam is the opposite of amanitvam. Amanitvam is at the mental level, the mind level, inner level. Adambitvam is dambitvam, garvam, pride. That is at the gross level. At the gross level, if I have money, what I will do is, I know I have the money, but I am not satisfied. I want to show off. So how will I show off that I have money? Because people should admire me because of my money. So I will have 2 houses. I will have 2 cars. I will dress frequent changes of dresses during the day. I will have a luxurious life. So that means all these external gadgets, you want to show that you are somebody. So that is dambitva. This is physically exposed. So when you physically expose, version of manitvam Vyakta manitvam is dambitvam. Vyakta manitvam. So when manitvam is grossified, that inner feeling, then it becomes dambitvam, adambitvam, dambitvam. Opposite of dambitvam is adambitvam, simple living. We should all follow simple living. At physical level, I want admiration. For that, what I do is, my contact, my behavior, my dress, vesha, show off, ornaments, wealth, house, car. Today, the beauty parlors are having a gala time because of this particular quality, Garvottam. Because I want to look nice. And somebody says jokingly, they want to be head turners. Head turner means, when I walk, every head should turn on me. I mean, people should admire me. That is the meaning of head turner. In other words, you can call it attention seeking. Attention seeking expression, contact, ornaments. Now, I have only 10 fingers. I put rings on all the fingers, all sorts of garlands on my neck, all to show off, costly chappals. That means we pretend, even if you do not have, you pretend. In some of the sabhas you will have seen, before the program starts, somebody will come to the stage and he will just check the mic, check the sound system and all that. He is nobody. But he wants people to think that he is the main organizer. It happens even in our own complex. So opposite of adambitvam means simplicity. Live in a simple manner, simple life, clean dress, clean house. For example, we have a saying, empty vessels makes noise. Full vessel does not. Another definition of dambitvam is Swadharma Prakatikaranam. Swadharma Prakatikaranam. Prakatikaranam means to exhibit, advertise. Maybe you may have some values. Then you can show off. But that show off will not last long. Swadharma means, in Tamil, Perimai. Garva. The other meaning is Garva. Glory or achievements. The mind with adambitvam is driven to deeper levels of refinement and sublimation. That means if I have humble, simple life, I will then delve deep into my inner feelings, whether I do correct things or not that. It has become more and more spiritually oriented and sublime. Every virtue, quality, or standard Krishna needs have goes to refine the mind and its working. So these values are impurities. In the case of a refinery, we get a crude oil. So we go on, take it to a refinery, and at various stages, the quality products are coming. The last product is the aviation fuel, which is supposed to be the most pure. Now, even superior to that is called the rocket fuel. I mean, the highest purified, refined crude oil is the fuel for the rockets. Similarly, we should also, today our mind is gross mind. Gross mind means nothing is going to, somebody say you have a buffalo skin. Buffalo will not, the skin, even if any rain or any weather conditions, the buffalo will remain calm. not that. You should become sensitive. So adambitvam and amanitvam, these are two very good values which if one cultivates, his life will be very, very peaceful, enjoyable, and he will be inclined to go into spiritual life. So that is the significance of this life. And the third value I am going to take is ahimsa. This is the king of all the values, ahimsa. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. That's what people, the scriptures say. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Not injuring others. Today we do only injury to others. I don't care about others. That means if you live in apartments, especially in apartments like Bombay, the garbage in my house will be thrown on the outside the house. I mean, we don't care for the others. You got rid of your garbage, but that is going to give problems to others. This is doing ahimsa. Himsa means injury or violence. Somebody can ask, as a human being, I don't have any weapons to hurt other people. I have no weapons. But scriptures say you have been given inner weapons, three good weapons. One is called kayika. Kayika means body. You have been given a body. When you're a young man, you have used all your legs, hand, etc. to fight with others. That's the injury. Kayika, body level. The next is vachika. So once you outgrow from the child life, you become an adult. Then the next weapon is vachika, speech. You can rain abuses on others. So vachika. Actually, the body has been given, the speech has been given, not for hurting others. Now we are using it only for hurting others. And the last is your mind. Mind is one of the, you can call it, is like a nuclear weapon. You can harm others. There is a saying, verbal abuse, a wound caused by tongue will not heal easily. So whatever you use in the speech, some speech, some of them are so penetrating and creating havoc in the mind of the people. Especially in the villages, we can see the mother dies after delivery, the child. And people in the neighborhood will say, that child has eaten his mother. If the child is a little sensitive, what type of wound it is causing to that child. So mental himsa is through thoughts. Now, you don't have to express, but in the mind itself, you curse. Example in Tamil, நீ நாசமா போனம் அப்படின்னு மைண்டில் நினச்சிக்கிறோம். So that is the type of abuse we use with the mind. Whereas the mind is given for what? To get Atma Jnanam, you purify the mind, follow Upasana, follow Jnana Yogam, Shravana Manana Nityasanam. That is, for that purpose, this mind has been given. Whereas we are using it for all other purposes other than for Atma Jnana. In the Ashtanga Yoga, when we discussed chapter 6, there were 10 values given in the beginning. It's called Yama and Niyama. 5 values under Yama, 5 values under Niyama. In the case of Yama, the first value given is Ahimsa. Ahimsa, Satyam, Asteyam, Brahmacharyam, and Aparigraha. I mean, not possessing others' wealth. And in the case of Niyama, Shaucham, cleanliness, Santosha, contentment, Tapas, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanam, Pranidhanani, that is surrender. So Ahimsa is called Mahavratam. When somebody takes sannyasa, there is a homa called Braja Homa. I mean, he gives up everything. Ultimately, he says, I am not going to hurt other people. That Ahimsa Paramo Dharmaha. And he tells even the animals, plants, all the other species that don't be afraid of me from now. Indra, I am not going to compete with you for your power. So be aware. So that is called sannyasa, sannyasa vratam. So I see the importance of sacrifice. The most all of us would like is, I should not do what I do not expect others to do to me. I should not do what I do not expect others to do to me. So that is the universal law. And this is called dharma. When I say universal dharma, in all the religions, this is there. That's why it's called universal dharma. So peace of mind or dharma. So ahimsa is nothing but dharma. There is a saying, when you go to a bank, what do you deposit? You deposit money. For what purpose? Whenever you want the money, you can go and draw the money from the bank. This is a standard thing. But today what happens? We have a universal bank. Now what we are depositing? We are depositing garvam, manitvam, dambitvam, himsa. So all these are deposited in that bank. The same, whatever you have deposited, you will get it back. So this life has been given to you to do good karmas, help others, share your wealth, earn the punyam, and do not hurt others. So this value, if you see, for example, if you feel somebody is suffering, the suffering is because he has deposited all sufferings in his previous birth. So which he is drawing it now or showing it off. So to have a simple life, to have humility, so these virtues along with ahimsa, if you deposit all these in the universal bank, you will get all these back in your, whenever you want, and your life will be peaceful. So that is the value of this ahimsa. When do you get angry? You have a lot of expectations from the family, from the organization where you work, from the community. Now, if your expectation is not fulfilled, the first reaction is anger. ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गः स्त्रेषूपजायते सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामः कामात् क्रोधोऽपि जायते. And once you get krodha, anger, your discriminative capacity is gone, viveka is gone, then you do not know what you are doing. That means delusion, maximum. In Bhajagovindam they have said, Ma kuru dhana jana yavvana garbham. Ma kuru, do not show off. Dhana jana yavvana garbham. Kharati nimeshat kalaha sarvam. The time comes in, immediately it removes everything. Like what you have seen in the case of a air crash. How many people died on the spot? So if the expectations are not fulfilled, immediately we get anger. The one quality we should develop is we should sensitize our mind. Sensitize our mind in the mean, if I hurt others, I am hurting myself. If I hurt others, I hurt myself. Example is a mother. In the nick of moment, he beats the child. The child is also hurt, crying. At the same time, the mother also is feeling hurt. And she also, but she cannot avoid hurting that child because he is looking at the welfare of the child. You can use Samadana Bheda Danda. Danda is the last one. So my mind has to become sensitive. That in English we call it as empathy. If some calamities or some bad events take place somewhere and people are hurt, we should also join that situation and extend our support. Ahimsa means sensitive mind. So that is the meaning of this. Ahimsa comes, ahimsa results are, one is it is creating dvesham, hatred, the other is creating anger, the other is pratikriya, give back. I will not keep quiet. I want to give back to him the same coin. That means we are not getting the quality of forgiveness. Then carelessness, slip of tongue. That is because of carelessness. Uncivilization, especially in the villages and all that. Of course, even in the town we see, because lack of sensitiveness, lack of tolerance, forgiveness. Parobakara punyaya, papa pidanam, parapidanam papaya. Parobakara punyaya. If we want punyam, cooperate and help others. If we want papam, do himsa. A hurt mind will not accumulate jnana. So that is the main obstacle for the hurt mind. When you come to the class with some agitated mind, nothing will go inside. You cannot assimilate. It's like our food. If you are not keeping well, if you can, somebody will force you, come on, eat food, then only you will get strength and all that. And it turns into non-assimilated food is a poison. So we have to be very careful. So if the jnanam is not assimilated due to ahimsa, himsa, that hurt feeling is already there with us. So the best thing Shastra says is to be a nobody is the easiest way to peace. To be a nobody is the easiest way to peace. There are people, who do a lot of charities, donation, in the name of donation. You have seen in most of the Tamil Nadu temples, if you look at the tube light will have with a red mark, it was donated by so and so family, all family members' names will be there, and there will be only 20% light to the temple, God. So this is self-glorification, Adambitva. Now, there is a controversy. Before I go to the next, in the case of Ahimsa, Gandhiji is shown as an example for Ahimsa. Gandhiji. The other definition for Ahimsa is fearlessness. One should not fear on anything, fearlessness. Mostly we all are fear of death. That is a major fear. Death is not a problem, but the fear of death is a major problem. Gandhiji is known for a prophet of Ahimsa. So he went to northeast frontier. The local peoples are called Pathans. Pathans means they are known for their aggressive nature. They call it eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, were their way of their life. They were brave and fierce fighters. So Gandhiji was prevailed not to go to that place. And what Gandhiji said was, I am also a fighter. So he went there. I'll teach them how to fight without violence and without fear. So when he went there without any arms, whereas the other side, Pathans are having guns and so many swords and all that. So when Gandhiji went there, I will teach you how to fight without fear. And the chief of that Pathan, Abdul Ghaffar Khan, is a very famous, it's a beautiful anecdote comes in the Gandhiji's history. He gave up his arms because if you can do it, I can also do it. So that is how Ahimsa, non-violence, is identified with Mahatma Gandhi. And the last thing is, there's a lot of confusion about Ahimsa. Himsa also. A diabetic patient is there. The diabetic patient has problem with his leg. He has got that gangrene. So the doctor told him that this is a very bad disease. It will spread very quickly and it will affect your whole body and you will die. The only thing we can do right now is to amputate your leg. According to our eye, both of them are himsa. Amputation of the leg is a himsa, and if it allows, the whole body will die. That's also himsa. And the doctor was advised what to follow. And he is supposed to be a little learned fellow. He said, I will prefer lesser evil out of the two. The two evils, I will prefer the lesser evils. And he resorted to amputation of the leg, and the fellow lived for a long time without one leg. This is an argument also given for vegetarianism. cow slaughter people, they say you are also killing the trees or plants to get the vegetables. But the argument is that the himsa felt by the cow is much more aggressive and others than killing the plant and animals. So this is a lesser evil. So ahimsa should be known as, so evil, some of the evils are also called ahimsa, as I told you in the two examples. We can talk quite a lot about ahimsa because there are plenty of, we can, this is only just to open up our eyes and understand the three qualities, adambitvam, amanitvam, ahimsa. If I have all these values, I am a humble person, I am a simple person, I will not do any injury to others. You can imagine what is the type of mind, quality of mind that man will have. And that mind is supposed to be a purified mind, and he can easily understand the jnanam, atma jnanam. And atma jnanam is the ultimate benefit. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Next Thursday, some more values out of the 20. So please attend. I will tell you what all the items you will take. I will announce it by Wednesday. So thank you very much.